I'm Dirk Sulis, of course. I'm here with Tom Wiederholt. We're going to go in to Tom's place and look at his collection of Native American, all kinds of objects that he's collected. And I thought it was interesting here because of his connection to the some of the curators at the Nelsons. So let's go in and learn about his travels with and his friends that who were instrumental in establishing that collection at the Nelson. So this is Tom Wiederholt. I put the V in there, it's Wiederholt.
Yeah.
You know, when you and I talked the first time, you had a lot of interesting stories. I mean, everything, you've got all your documentation. And we'll start with the, what was the name of it? The Mad Woman?
Yeah, the Mad Woman. It's, the legend, this comes from British Columbia. One of the native Indians of that era drowned at sea, was lost at sea. And his mother is on this whale through the water searching for her son.
And you were in British Columbia when you bought it?
Yes, I was. I bought it from the yes.
And then kind of what I was referring to out there, Ted Coe. So explain to me totally who he is.
Ted Coe, really known as Ralph T. Coe, but everyone called him Ted. And he was born in 1929 in Cleveland, Ohio, from a family very much imbued with the arts. Ted had a strong interest in American Indian art and started collecting, and now he's very famous.
Legendary. Didn't they donate a large collection out to the Palace of the Governors too, in Santa Fe, I think?
They did some, yes. And also then his
Spanish
niece,
colonial.
yeah, his niece has the Ted Coe collection there exists today in Santa Fe.
Oh, yeah.
And
so you guys hung out and traveled a lot, and he was with you when you bought this?
He was with me. I would say that 99.9%, at least 90, of everything in here, I was traveling with Ted or Donald Jones, who had one of the finest collections of American Indian, Native American art. It's now at the Nelson. You might see his collection.
I think Ted was there and insisted that you buy this.
He did. This is so rare that...
So that part here, to still be intact.
Right, and you'd put it on, you know, and wear it, and that would hold it in place. Good beadwork also, excellent beadwork.
Yeah, but this suspended ornament here is what sets that apart.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So in this case, I think these are interesting. These
They are.
I've not seen anything like them.
Yeah, you put them like on your collar of your shirt,
Yeah.
the Indians would, and particularly the powwows of dancing Indian.
Then there's...
It's Zuni, and you know, it has the...
Yeah, it looks Zuni, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One of my favorites here is that in this cabinet is the Catlinite cross.
You cannot mine pipestone unless you're a Native American.
Native.
You have to have paper. So someone, and had to be a Native American, got some of this Catlinite and made this cross. And they seem to
Crosses
think...
on the side.
And they seem to think that one of the Native Americans who converted to Catholicism made this for the, like you put on the altar or such.
And where did you get it?
And I got it from Jim Economos. Jim Economos, if you're an art collector, you probably remember that name. And he's the one that found this and called Ted Coe. And Ted Coe went down and looked at it, and Ted Coe called me and said, buy it. And I couldn't find anything like it.
Some great figural things, and this is more the size you see in the Catlinite pipestone pieces. That's a big object.
That is correct.
Typically you don't see things that big.
And that'd be the pipe.
Yeah.
I'm probably not as sophisticated collector as I am just curiosity if I found something I liked.
Yeah, you had a good eye and you had some good input.
Yes, like I said earlier, I think 99% of everything here I bought with either Ted Coe or Donald Jones. We traveled for about, 30 years together, and I don't know how many trips we took.
Well, on one of them, there was is when you bought that cape. When you bought that, they had it's
Kickapoo, that one, I think.
It's Kickapoo?
I think so, yeah. And bought that from her. It's listed on the name, and it was on a Sunday afternoon. And we'd heard about her work. And we went down to visit her and see her. And her husband had been up all night at Peyote Church. They They go all night.
He'd been at a peyote church
It was just,
ritual, yeah.
uh-huh.
Yep.
And then you might tell me about the significance of the other piece hanging. That's probably the more
Yeah,
significant. Yeah.
but you'll have to tell him that.
Yeah.
I don't,
But
yeah.
see it in,
I've seen this selvage on pieces. So Sacred Circles, those posters that we stood next to coming in
Yeah.
were landmark exhibitions up in Nelson.
that's right. This was 2,000 years of North America Indian art. It was put together by Ted Cole. You'll see some of these pieces here are in this catalog.
Some of your pieces were
Yes,
exhibited there.
that's correct.
And was this textile that we were talking about? Was it exhibited
No, there's
there?
one like it though.
Okay, yeah, it had that same selvage. It was very much like it. It was
Yes,
almost, I
very
mean, I hate
much
to say
is.
exactly because nothing is, but
No, it was received all kinds of accolades.
and you still hear about it and see it.
Yes, you do.
referred to. And the things here that are exhibited, that was a different exhibit, like your buckle and things. Like this buckle, we'll list all those. We'll get into that more later, but this buckle, these works here, which are later, but not sure how good a picture you can get there with the, it's in an interesting plexiglass display. But he's into jewelry as well as beadwork and some more modern arts. This is an interesting necklace, I'll call it, filled with artifacts of different types of early beads and found objects, some Asian coin and glass beads.
What do we do with our costume?
It's a small but mighty collection. So Southern California, you said?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We don't know who the maker was.
Okay.
We bought it from a dealer.
Yeah.
When I say dealer, it might be like a little pawn shop, you know,
Yeah.
in some of these little villages, crossroads, but he or she, or they, do some of the finest trading going on. They know what
Yeah.
they're doing, and they have contact with the local Indians. That's what makes it good.
And you guys spent what, weeks at a time in the summers traveling like that?
We did that to be vacation
Digging
time.
around in
Uh-huh.
the back roads and, yeah.
This was what I was referring to earlier, the lost and found tradition.
Coming through it, I saw your buckle.
Yes.
So I was trying to, there it is.
Yeah.
So example, there's one of Tom's pieces that's
That's right.
included in the exhibition, which is why we
Yeah,
mentioned this. So,
yeah, there are
one of
I think two or
several.
three, yeah. But it's amazing to travel with them because it's not just the art, but the people and how, it's been a delightful experience.
Yeah, in the background. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure once they saw something, they started talking. Were there more than, I mean, there was Ted and Casey,
Well,
or, different
yeah,
guys?
mostly it was just, at least half the time, just Ted and I, because Casey
Yeah.
couldn't get off work. When we went to Europe or other places, Donald Jones, Casey Jones,
Hmm.
was with us. And he has, his collection is, Casey's a lot of it went to the Nelson Art Gallery. I was with him when he bought some of that stuff, and it was just a
Yeah.
wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Some of it was pretty expensive. Yeah.
And pretty important.
And very important, historically and artistically, it would tie.